Yeah, we going up, we going crazy, going bonkers. Produced by Ziggy, Zay Ticky, believe that.
It ain't peaches, it'll deceive you, boy, believe me. What you know about a jungle made with nothing but semen. No creepy crawlers, just heathens that prey on your weakness. Smell the slightest hint of fear, and the stainless you'll eat it. Gang bangers that greet your test on their face like Weezy. Pouring milk by the ounce, walking around looking sleepy. I'm from a town no integrity, a broken city, disrupted. I know niggas who once were real, who now turning into sucks. When it comes to murder, it's nothing. Rallos get pulled over scuffles. Bumpy road around this motherfucker, your life means nothing. It ain't peaches. Niggas walking around with no feelings, with a chip on their shoulder, saying the world don't feel us. Trying to earn them some millions so they can split with they niggas. I know cats that died broke because they lost all ambition. When it comes out to get
Welcome back to another edition of More to Live For. We right back on this segment, Queens of the City. I have a special young lady with me this afternoon. I want to let her introduce herself and tell you what it is that she does, and the different causes that she's trying to raise awareness about and things of that nature. But before I say too much, I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and we can go from there. How you doing, ma'am?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking.
Good. First of all, thanks for inviting me for the interview. But I am Roshonda Boyd, also known as Shanny A or Shanny Apple to a lot of people. I am a mental health advocate as of right now.
All right, awesome. And this is May. We don't have that many days left, so that's another reason why I thought it was important that I tried to, go ahead and get this done with you. Because as you know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I just want to continue raising awareness myself about that issue. But I definitely think it was important to connect with somebody else that's raising the same awareness. So for starters, ma'am, can you tell me the motivation behind you raising awareness about mental health? Before you answer, one of the main reasons why I'm asking, because I did recently experience mental health issues myself, dealing with anxiety and depression. So that's why it's important for me to know. That's why I want to know.
Understood. And so I will tell you this. I am 38 years old, right? And it's been almost 10 years ago since I lost one of my brothers, EJ Spate. We lost him to suicide, and that's all I'll say. And things just have not been the same since then, as far as, in my mind, in my head. I feel like we all can relate to having lost someone. However, everyone grieves differently. Everyone accepts it, internalizes it in different ways. You know what I mean? So for me, when we lost EJ, at that point, I did not know how to cope with it because that was the closest person that I had ever lost. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do I do? Like, he was my brother, which means we shared a mom in common, which means I had to watch, I just saw the trickle down effect. Like, my mom was not in a good state. My stepdad was not in a good state, my whole family. And I felt like I had to hold it together while breaking down on the inside. You know what I mean? So that's when I started to get, just a little messed up, to, you know what I'm saying? To just keep it real with you. And like I said, it just hasn't been the same. And I'm like, how do I cope? I felt like I could not go to my mom because she's dealing with the same exact thing that I'm dealing with. And I felt like it was gonna bring her further down into whatever she had going on. You know what I mean? So it was very frustrating because I kept a lot of things bottled in regards to losing my brother, someone so close to me. And fast forward about almost 5 years ago now, I lost a cousin of mine, which was my god sister. And her, myself, and my brother EJ, we were all basically like joined at the hips when we were younger. Right. So I lost my left hand and my right hand man. You get what I'm saying? Exactly. And so that just took me for a whole nother, I'm thinking I'm doing better with couple with my brother, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? You get hit with something else. And so it's like, what do I do? And like I said, I kept a lot of things bottled in, and I just began to go through some extreme anxiety, like crazy thoughts in my head, just on edge for nothing. You know what I'm saying? It like I said, it put a lot of things into a different perspective. And once you find out how, if you know details, I guess, in my situation, I know some of the details into how things went down with my cousin. And it just made me think about a lot of things different. And I was just on edge about everything, and I did not know what to do. So I started having like chest pains. I was thinking that something was going to happen to me like every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I was every little thing scared me just from that. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, this is not the way I want to continue living. So I realized that you just have to open up and let it out.
Exactly. And
you have to talk.
Not to cut you off, but I'm sitting here nodding my head because everything that you said, I definitely agree with. And before I, get any further, I definitely want to send my condolences to you and your family, for your loss. And I definitely wasn't, looking for that answer.
I'm sorry.
I want to, I just want to have an understanding that I wasn't trying to get that answer out of you. Thanks for sharing that, but that's not necessarily what I was trying to do. Okay. Out of respect for you and your family, I just want to, clear that up. But everything that you said, as far as the things that you were feeling, as far as anxiety goes and depression goes, I definitely can relate. I really don't want to speak too much on my personal situation because I already made a video about it, but I definitely had those same feelings with the chest pains and just thinking something's going to happen. And I'm just so anxious and so ready and so alert about nothing, stuff like that. So I definitely can relate. And I definitely can say that, seeking therapy and, having somebody to open up to it about, that definitely made a positive impact, because the whole month of February, and I'm speaking of February of this year, it was dark. And then when similar to kind of things that you went through, not comparing them by any means, but as far as when you said that you were, you were doing better, you were coming out of it, and then you experienced another loss. I was more so comparing that aspect. Because when I was coming out of my anxiety and my depression, that's when I experienced another loss. So that's when I really realized that I really need to continue getting this therapy that I'm getting. So thank you for sharing that. And I definitely want to continue to keep raising awareness on mental health. And I want to thank you for the awareness that you're raising. So,
no problem. Thank you.
No problem at all. No problem at all. So can you tell me, some of the programs or other resources that, that you may have, be a part of, or that you may, have in the works or anything like that?
Yes, sir. So the core project is called Synergy. And I spelled it a little different. It's to honor my cousins. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the CYN, we tweaked the spelling a little bit, and we put EJ in bold. So we lost Sin and EJ, who I just told you about. Right. So that's, keeping them alive in spirits, basically. But Synergy is the core project. Synergy is a project that I want to be as global as possible. And it's just basically unity. Like, it's that simple, like together, period. Like, we need to come together more. We need to support each other more.
Definitely do.
We need to, it's about when you're with your family, when you're with your friends, you don't know how much longer these people are going to be in your lives. You don't know if today is the last day you will see them. So I'm all about positive energy and just creating good memories while you have these people here.
Exactly. I definitely agree. I definitely agree on that. And if it's anything I can do, to continue to support your cause, I'm definitely willing to do it, because this is a cause that's not only important to me and you, but it's important to others, and it's life changing, things that we're talking about. So I definitely want to continue to show my support for it. Before we go, I do have another quick question for you. How can I put this? Well, I kind of want to make a comparison, tell you a little bit about what happened to me. I'm not really in details, but as far as like the different feelings that I was going through, for me, I was really starting to feel like I was more so in a fog state of mind. I seen a commercial, and I can't really recall if it was recently or when I was younger, but it was a commercial about depression and anxiety, and it showed, it was like a cartoon. It showed like a guy like just stuck in a cloud, and the cloud had a thunderstorm, but the rest of the scenery is clear. And that's kind of how I felt, like I was, just here, and like I don't want to really say not in control of things, but kind of like just going through the motions, like what's the correct term? Emotionally detached.
Yes,
Did you have similar feelings like that, man?
I did, and it's not a fun experience at all.
No, no, it
Um,
ain't.
so I can definitely relate. It's like you just feel stuck, like you said, like everything's going on around you, and you're stuck in that clouded space. Like you just that's the best way to explain it. Like, and it's like, when am I gonna get over this? It's like you're hoping that you're out of this as soon as possible. But as I sit back and look at everything I've been through thus far, I am now I don't want to say thankful, but I understand the lesson in things now. You get what I'm saying? Like it has taught me to, you know, nobody's here forever. We all are going to experience loss. But you have to keep going. And I feel like talking to people is what helps. And that, again, that's the whole point of synergy, just coming together. There's no need for you to feel alone when you just need to open up, just reach out to people. You know what I mean? But
Exactly.
I know exactly what you were saying, and I now see the lesson in it. It's just talk. Just
Yeah,
talk.
and that's I can definitely say I see the lesson in it too. Not that I was, and you definitely can relate. Not that I was living a, destructive lifestyle or anything else. Similar to your situation, you weren't either. It's just, things that happen in life, and then, we thinking that, we can handle it and everything is okay, and then slowly but surely, it starts eating away, and then before we know it, it's like we're stuck. So what I've learned through my therapy and, just different conversations that I had is to, be more honest and open about what I'm feeling, whether I'm sad or anything else like that, and stop trying to push things off. Go back over there. My son trying to make another cameo.
It's okay.
But yeah, that's definitely I definitely want to thank you for sharing that, and I definitely want to touch back on that, because some people, on the outside looking in, they might not know exactly what these feelings are, but the way we just illustrate them, I think that hopefully more people will open up about what's going on inside their head if they're having these feelings.
Right. I just want to really, it's really about encouraging people to, like you said, just be transparent. You don't have to disclose every single detail about what you have going on with somebody, but you just never know. The slightest thing will help you. You might be talking to someone like I had no idea that you and I, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We just had a synergy moment just now, and I didn't even know that.
Exactly.
So you never know until you have to start talking. You have to start being transparent. You know what I mean? And I also am in the process of starting these informal therapy sessions called Keep It Real. And that's where for those of us who can't afford counseling or therapy, you just come and you talk and you help one another out. You know what I'm saying? It's just as simple as that. Like we all go through some type of trauma that we all need healing from.
Definitely, I definitely think that's beautiful. And like you said, it's definitely bringing people together, and it's giving people a place to, to feel comfortable to talk to somebody about these things, because, so many people, the people that's gonna, watch this, they might not know that me and you personally went through things like this. And I think that'll make them more comfortable with open up about, what they have on, and knowing that they have a safe place to talk about these things.
Yeah, I just want to make it known that there is nothing wrong with sharing your story, because we all have a story or stories, you know what I mean? And we can all relate on something. So it's very necessary that, like I said, you open up and just become transparent. Like,
definitely. I definitely want to thank you for this interview, and definitely thank you for sharing. And once again, condolences to you and your family. And I want you to continue, to be raising the awareness that you're doing. I think it's so beneficial to others as well as yourself, because I think that once we go through things like anxiety, I think whatever we do to get out of that feeling, we just got to keep on doing. I really don't think it's a overnight fix that's just going to take it away. But while we're continue to go to therapy and continue to raise awareness about it, like I said, we're not only going to be helping ourselves, but we're going to be helping others too. So, and you kind of touched on this, that, things happen, in the essence, you kind of mentioned that things happen for a reason. And that's what I took out from it, is that I can help other people. So, yeah, my little man, he wanted to be in this video so bad. So, but I think we covered some good topics, and I definitely want to thank you once again for this interview. And I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. This has been another edition of More to Live for Queens of the City. We made it to volume 11. I want to thank the young lady for being a part of this interview, and I want to wish peace and blessings to everyone watching. And a reminder, why settle for less when your last name is More?